children at home. Now they say there's no sign from the Teachers Service Commission to resolve their issues amicably, apart from the demand of the implementation of the 2021 collective bargaining agreement. KUPPET wants TSC to commit to a new CBA that proposes increment of salaries in a range of 30 to 70%. They have also expressed disappointment over the extension of intern letters instead of conversion of JSS teachers to permanent and pensionable terms. Harry Chimea reports.
We shall not be moved.
After the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Teachers National Governing Council meeting, it was evident that the teachers' nationwide strike from August 26th is still on course.
Unless a miracle happens, that the full implementation of the CBA is realized, there is no teacher in school, and therefore any parent sending the children to school on 26th of this August will be doing so at their own peril, because there will be no teachers in school.
Demanding that the 2021 Collective Bargaining Agreement CBA be implemented, KUPPET also wants the Teachers Service Commission to commit on a new CBA that proposes an increment of teachers' salaries in a range of 30 to 70%.
According to a Salaries and Remuneration Commission advisory, we need to start salary talks a year before the end of the other one, where among other things that we are demanding, those people who are earning higher salaries to get 30%, those who are getting lower to get 70%. House allowance is another terrible area which we need engagement.
They have further condemned the extension of internship letters instead of conversion of JSS teachers to permanent and pensionable terms.
Kuna wale walimu wa JSS. Hawa walikuwa kwenye njia, mlikuwa na wao, na wakaidiwa kwamba mwisho wa mwezi jana watakuwa confirmed wawe permanent and pensionable. Na paka saa hizi mimi nasikia wanapewa mabarua ya kusongesha contract yao paka mwaka kesho.
And in regards to the promotion of 130,000 teachers,
career progression guidelines, sasa ifanye nini? Sababu hiki ndio kinafanya walimu wasiweze kupata promotion, na inafanya walimu wanarudi nyuma kwa mambo yao ya kazi.
KUPPET also decried teachers suffering following TSC's failure to remit NSSF deductions and allocate funds towards their medical scheme.
Repayment of our loans is not being submitted. That money is not being submitted. This is accumulated for now 3 months. The teachers are being given enlisted at CRBs. At the same time, the Teacher Service Commission has also committed us to deductions of NSSF. And when we check with the NSSF portal, our money is not there. It is only teachers who do not have group life cover. The Teacher Service Commission has not explained to us where the teachers' medical money has gone.
Maintaining that there is low-quality CBC learning in primary schools, KUPPET has rejected the proposed cut in capitation for 3-day secondary schools from 22,244 shillings to 17,000 shillings.
For the union makes us strong.
Harriet Chimea, K24.
Now, a family in South B's Vumila Estate is crying foul after being forcefully pushed out of occupancy of their house, saying they have valid lease agreement as tenants. Now, Robert Mundia narrated how they have been leaseholders for the last 30 years, only to be pushed out forcefully by masqueraders, allegedly with the help of police and senior politicians. The tenant, who denied to comment on camera, said he had a court order to allow him back to the premises, with the other party, however, saying that the order was defective.
Hii duka mnaona nyuma yangu imekuwa kwa familia yetu kwa miaka 30. Sisi ndio leaseholders. Ukiangalia lease tuko nayo hapa. Risiti za kulipa rent ni sisi tunalipanga. Duka si yao, duka ni yetu. Walipeleka mpaka our late mom huko. Hiyo ni story, nataka wende useme hiyo story hiyo nyingine, the extra. Hao walienda wakadanganyana, wakapatiwa kotoda nyingine ya uongo. Tukiuliza hata mawakili, hiyo order yao, it's not enforceable by the way, because waliambiwa warudishie hizo vitu zilichukuliwa, warudishie tenant. Tenant ni mimi, ni sisi as a family tenant. So hata hao kurudisha vitu hapa hivi ni uongo, hawafai kurudisha vitu hapa.
President alisema alianza na biashara ya kuku na sasa biashara zake zimenawiri. Kwa hivyo mama yetu aling'ang'ana sana. Huyu Aram akafanya vile alitenda, wakatesa mama yetu mpaka mama yetu alituacha hii mwaka wa Januari. Na ni kwa sababu ya hiyo mateso ya kuteswa na vijana wadogo wale wanaamini get rich quick or die trying. Lakini kusema ukweli hata huku South B ukiangalia huku kote watu huku wanapenda kufanya kazi zao, wakule jasho yao. Lakini huwezi enda kunyang'anya mwenzako kwa sababu unaona biashara yake iko nzuri. Unaenda unamharibia biashara ndio wewe upate utajiri haraka.
Right, towards making headlines in the business world, cooperative bank shareholders have received a boost after the lender posted a 7% growth in net earnings for the first 6 months of the year. Now, the shareholders' fund grew by close to 12 billion to 126.7 billion, driven by the strong growth in retained earnings of 15.1 billion. This comes even as the lender reported a profit before tax of 18.2 billion. For the first half of 2024, which is a 10.7% growth compared to 16.4 billion recorded in half one of 2023. Now, the strong performance, according to the bank's managing director, Gideon Muriuki, is in line with the group's strategic focus on sustainable growth, resilience, and agility, delivering a return of equity of 22.1%. Its subsidiaries, led by Coop Bank Assurance Intermediary, posted a profit before tax of 682.7 million in half one of 2024, riding on strong penetration of bank assurance business. A Cooperative Bank of South Sudan made a profit before tax of 264.3 million, with Kingdom Bank contributing a profit before tax of 635.5 million, a remarkable growth of 21.8% from 521.9 million reported in a similar period last year. Now, lawyers representing Kenyan families of victims of the 2019 Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX plane crash are pushing for more compensation as they dispute a new agreement between the U.S. Department of Justice and Boeing. Now, on July 24, 2024, the American plane maker finalized an agreement to plead guilty to a criminal fraud conspiracy charge and to pay fines ranging between $243.6 million and $487 million. Now, the fines are a fraction of the $24.8 billion in compensation that families of the crash victims had initially requested. U.S. law firm Rebek Law Chartered, in a plea submission to a U.S. district court, has disputed the agreement, arguing the compensation amount as too little. Instead, the law firm is pushing for a much higher compensation of between $47 billion to $58 billion. Now, they say this is more in line with previous criminal fraud cases involving corporate firms and where larger fines amounting to billions of dollars were charged even when they did not involve death. Now, in 2019, Ethiopian Airlines jet headed to Nairobi from Addis Ababa's Bole International Airport in Ethiopia and crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 149 on board, including 32 Kenyans among 30 other nationalities. Now, the Nairobi Securities Exchange has received a significant boost with the inclusion of Cooperative Bank of Kenya in the Morgan Stanley Capital International Frontier Market Index. Now, the bourse is also set to benefit from the addition of 4 other Kenyan companies to the MSCI Frontier Market Small Cap Index, which are the British American Tobacco Kenya, the Diamond Trust Bank Kenya, Kenya Electricity Generating Company, and Kenya Reinsurance Corporation.
MSCI, a leading provider of decision support services for global investors, has announced the addition of Cooperative Bank as a constituent in the MSCI Frontier Markets Index. The upgrade follows the MSCI August 2024 review, coming in the light of CoopBank gaining 10.1%. The move brings the total number of NSE-listed companies in the index to 5, which includes Safaricom, Equity Group Holdings, KCB Group and East Africa Breweries. NSE CEO Frank Mwiti in a statement says that, and I quote, "The inclusion of the Cooperative Bank of Kenya in the MSCI Frontier Markets Index will enable wider and deeper coverage of Kenya's equity market, increasing the visibility of companies listed on the NSE and enhance their attractiveness to global investors, as the indices serve as benchmarking for institutional investors looking to gain exposure to the frontier markets." End of quote. The MSCI Kenya Index, created by Morgan Stanley Capital International, tracks the performance of large and mid-cap listed companies in Kenya, providing foreign investors with an up-to-date picture of the state of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, allowing them to make informed investment decisions. As such, inclusion on the index is significant, as it amplifies that MSCI considers such a stock worthy of consideration for investment by global equity investors. Mwiti further says that the inclusion of Cooperative Bank is equally a reflection of the success of the structural market reforms that are positively impacting Kenya's equity market, making it efficient for global investors to invest in securities listed on the NSE in Kenya. The Frontier Market Index is used to track markets in countries that are considered more volatile and unpredictable than emerging markets. The index focuses on 28 markets from the Middle East, Africa, South America and Europe, with some of the frontier regions with stocks included in the index being Vietnam, Morocco, Iceland, Romania and Bahrain.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We